scene stays empty, I might go support her. Because I have to call. I'm out the door. Because I don't want to sit here crying. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, I think I know.
Hello. Welcome back to the theater. I don't know how many of you have already been to the theater since the before times, but for us it's been a huge a ritual to come back and be on the stage talking to real people. So we're very, very glad that you're here for here at Patriotic Stage for the first stage reading of this new musical, Living Large, by Diane, Sampson, and Lauren Mayer. Number one, anyone on the stage is going to have their masks off, but anyone off the stage is going to have their masks on. Exits are where you came in, down the stairs. There also is an exit at the top if you go through that hallway, and there's a door that goes downstairs. But this is where you want to go. So down the door and out. Couple things about the show. Oh, there'll be a 15-minute intermission, and if you're tired of having your mask on, you're welcome to step outside and take it off for a few minutes. No eating or drinking in the theater. Let's see, what else? Staged reading, for those who may or may not have been to a staged reading before. This is sort of an interim between sitting at a table reading the script or a fully realized production. So what we are is we're book in hand, but fully staged, and the music is with our glorious horror piece. It's our first read-through. We've known each other for 10 days, and some of the actors, the equity actors in the production, we've known for 3 days. So it's very exciting for us, and also they just can't wait. A couple things about the show. Diane and Lauren wound up collaborating on this piece by sort of a mysterious blind date situation where an email that Tim wrote looking for a collaborator for Lauren got sent to one email, and then it went to somebody else's inbox, and then accidentally ended up in Diane's, which now has forged a lifelong friendship as well as this glorious collaboration. Originally, the focus, they were trying to find a story about the power of women and the collaboration between women during the silent era of movies, and how they were sort of brought in to be there, like dragged in order to give sort of family-friendly face to the flickers. And then they ended up having a lot of power and collaboration amongst themselves. So originally their focus was on Frances Marion, who's a screenwriter, but as they did deeper and deeper research, they kept hearing stories about Marie Dressler and just got fascinated with her, and away they went. Lauren and Diane, with Tim Heitman as their doula, birthed this little project over 20 months in quarantine, with hundreds of emails and weekly Zoom meetings and 2 readings over Zoom and lots of rewrites. And it was never lost on them or to us, and it's worth mentioning that this work is the result of 2 women of a certain age writing about a woman of a certain age who got a lot of her accolades and her best work done in her 6th decade and beyond. And so it's a testament, and the show actually highlights that it's a testament to you're not done just because you sort of hit a certain number. So, I invite you all to sit back and enjoy Living Large.
All the greatest stars in Hollywood work for him, so he is raking in the dough.
Guess that's why he's throwing this big birthday bash for Marie. She brings in more than anyone. Is that Lionel Barrymore? Oh, don't stare. Why not? They love it when people stare at them. Otherwise, they'd never be in this business.
I was chasing after the waitress in the tray of caviar canapes. Have you tried them?
He'd be more likely to run after the waitress. Is Marie here yet?
Over there. Looks like she just arrived. Have you seen Dinner at 8?
Twice. I heard it really took it out of her, though. Didn't you hear that, Eleanor? They say she fainted on set one day, and Gina Harlow caught her before she fell.
Is that Clark Gable?
Is it straight? How's my hair?
My corsage is straight and your hair looks perfect. Don't you think so, Gary?
Oh, absolutely. Your hairdresser knows what she's doing.
Well, Greta recommended her.
Well, you look terrific. And you're feeling okay? No pain?
Nary a twinge. Getting fetid is good medicine.
You gotta enjoy every minute of this, Marie.
Oh, I will. Did I tell you that they have a hookup that'll broadcast the presentation to Hal and Gone? I sure hope they'll like me in Parsippany, New Jersey.
They like you everywhere, Marie. And yes, you told us about the hookup about 10 times.
Marie, darling! Oh, what are you doing standing here? This is your night. You should be center stage, the ruler of the heavenly spheres.
Darling, happy birthday. Thank God Louis invited me, because if he hadn't, I swear I would have crashed the scene, made a whole scene about it. I simply had to tell you how fantastic you were at Dinner at 8.
Oh.
And Emma, of course. Where's that darling assistant of yours? Claire, was it?
Yeah, I'm afraid I had to let her go.
Ah, I see. Well, good help is hard to find.
You look tired, Marie.
Well, you bet I'm tired, and you can thank Louis B. Mayer for that. He has me going from one movie to another so fast it's a wonder I haven't mixed them up and said the wrong words.
Come on, Marie, you love working.
I do. And I love my taskmaster, too. And you, hell, tonight I love everyone. Hello, host. Oh, Francis, over here.
Marie! Oh, isn't this wonderful? The whole world is celebrating you.
Oh, well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but yes, it is exciting. I don't think that I've thanked you enough for everything that you've
What
done.
you need to understand is it's a great pleasure writing for someone who's not only a brilliant actor, but a dear friend. And there's more to come.
Yes, well. Oh, look, there's Louis. I must scold him throwing such a big shindig in my honor. Everyone knows what a shrinking violet I am, and how I hate being in the public eye. Hey, don't leave me alone to fend for myself. Come on. Oh!
There you are. I thought maybe you decided to skip the festivities and go bowling instead.
Oh, now, why didn't I think of that? Oh, it's not too late now, though, is it? Louis, oh, you've met Mamie and Jerry, Cops?
Of course. How are you? Yes. Did you see the governor over there? He practically begged me for an invitation.
Come on, we both know you've got him here by donating big to his re-election campaign.
Well, that'll be the day the man's politics are they're reprehensible. But today, everyone who is a fan of Marie Dressler's is welcome. Ooh, it looks like there's a technical snafu with the hookup, but they're working on it. I think we should just get started before people get restless and start stamping their feet and yelling, "We want Marie!" You got a speech prepared?
Hey, am I ever for a loss for words?
So why did I even ask? So take a seat and enjoy all the love coming your way. Ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes we'll be broadcasting the festivities to the nation, but for now, a preview of what's to come. Everyone here is proud to appear to toast the star who's at the height of her career. And look at how you have come so far to become the greatest star of all.
I'll always be your fan and your friend, and we can
Okay, maidens. What you've got here is more of a mess than an audition. But beggars can't be choosers. Let's go through it again and see if Ernest here can hold it together. Otherwise, we'll have to close before we open. Places!
Merry villagers are we, in our field so proud to be, always singing happily for me. Lovely maiden, sweet and bright, music brings them such delight. Aren't they a dainty sight to see? The village of Poughkeepsie is such an enchanting place, but
when we get too tipsy, we lose our girlish graces and fall down on our faces. Every day the sun will shine on this gorgeous mug of mine. Let's all have a drink of wine and sing. La 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 la. Of blushing bashful maiden should not let herself be caught, but after some persuading, a friendly farmer's daughter might not do what she oughter. Might not do what she oughter. So no matter what occurs with us merry villagers, we'll just keep on singing all day long. Our simple, snappy, naked, strappy, don't tell Pappy, happy song. Our happy song. Our happy song.
Jesus, that was a mess. Ernest, you're this close to getting canned. Now go get some strong black coffee and don't come back until you can walk a straight line. Girls, you're hopeless, but you're hired. Get out of here and come back tomorrow for your costume fittings. You, maiden number 3, come here.
Yes, sir?
You're not half bad. You rescued that scene from disaster.
Thank you, and that's nothing compared to
What's your name?
Lila Kerber,
Age?
18.
If you're 18, I'll eat my shoe, and I'm not very partial to fake suede.
I'm not 18, I'm 16. Okay, 15. Well, 14, but with a lot of talent packed into a few short years.
Yeah? And I suppose you got those when you walked into a door?
That's right.
Look, kid, I'm not stupid. You're 14 and you walk in here all beat up like that, you're a runaway is what you are. And I got no business talking to you. It's a shame, because like I said, you're not half bad. Wait a minute, I guess you could pass for 16. No, forget it, you're just too young.
I'm not a kid. Not really. I mean, my childhood is over. I'm very mature for my age. Okay, it wasn't pretty, but I'm ready to turn the page. Those years are now behind me, and they weren't meant to last. I'm looking to the future now, and banishing the past. Forget the before, and look to the after. There'll always be more that is gonna go right. So much to explore, successes and laughter, while yesterday fades out of sight. Ignore the cuts and bruises, you just need to hear I can sing. I know you won't be sorry, since I can do anything. You want a little Shakespeare? You want to see me dance? I'll play the piano, do the splits. Just give this girl a chance. Forget the before, look to the after, 'cause that's where I'll find my fortune and fame. Success is the
things in my past, like wife number 2. Okay, you're hired. $6 a week. That's one more than the other maidens, and you'll travel with the troupe. But if your parents come looking, I don't know.
Well, thank you. You won't be sorry. I'm very versatile. I'd really like to play Ophelia.
Ophelia? I don't think so. We don't do Shakespeare. Besides, you're more of the comic type. Pratfalls and pies in the face.
But
Take it or leave it.
I'll take it.
Good. What was your name again?
Lila Kerber.
No. No. Sounds like a librarian. Let me think. Mattie, Lottie, Marie. Marie!
I have an Aunt Marie that I like very much.
I don't care if your aunt is an axe murderer. And your last name? I got it. Dressler.
Isn't that the name on the awning of the haberdashery across the street?
Where do you think I got it? So that's that. Be here tomorrow at 10 for the fitting.
So I get the before and look to the after, 'cause that's where I'll find my fortune and fame. Successes galore and years full of laughter. You're gonna remember my name.
1882. The Nevada Stock Company has hit the mother lode with the passionate Princess of Poughkeepsie, thanks to an unknown, soon-to-be-named star, Marie Dressler. Her bull in a china shop performance had audiences in stitches as she knocked over and ran into everything in sight. Rodney Asperton, Iowa Daily State Register.
1884. Who was that delightful miss who stood out as chorus girl Cigarette in the Nevada Stamp Company's otherwise lackluster production of Under Two Flags? I predict big things ahead for her. Virgil Tudor, Cleveland Plainview.
1886. Marie Dressler, understudy for Clara Maynard in Popsy Meets the President, made a hilariously huge impression on the audience and this critic, Hiram Guilfoyle, the Daily Milwaukee News.
Here, more sweat than usual today. I can see it from 10 feet away. And so will the folks in the front row. I'm running out of handkerchiefs, Marie. You've done the show 8 times a week for almost a month. I'd have thought you'd be over your heebie-jeebies by now.
Ain't gonna happen, I'm afraid. I quake in my boots every time I'm about to go on. I just can't help it. Oh. Gotta go. I've got this funny feeling that I've tried concealing, but I can't help revealing how you send me reeling. When you bump into me, my heart goes thump, thump, thump. Honey, what'll I do? You make me lose my usual grace. I don't just fall for you, I fall on my face. God, it's working like everything.
music hall performer, makes the move to New York in the Robber the Rhyme, Jeffrey Tate, the New York chart.
1896, as Flo and George Lederer's The Lady Slavey, Marie Dressler earns her star billing, and then some, with her hilarious muggings and brilliant double takes. Bravo! Irwin Powers, The New York World.
1900. Dressler's resources are inexhaustible, her animal spirits irrepressible, and her comic audacity approaches the sublime. Louis Strand, The New York Times.
You know, if I keep eating these peanuts, we're not going to have anything left to sell.
Seems like you have a couple of tons of them in the kitchen. I can hardly move around in there.
Oh, I don't see how anyone's going to be able to resist buying peanuts from boys in these costumes.
Oh, Marie, this place is chaotic enough without coating everything in peanut shells.
I'm sorry, I'm just excited about our new venture, aren't you? Ding dong! Ooh, that'll be Nella. I hope she brought the new chart.
Oh, heavens! When did the cyclone hit?
She gets this way when she's enthusiastic.
Oh, how you ever survived with Mamie, I really don't know. And of course, if you and I had never met, you never would have met her.
I sense you're angling for a thank you, am I right?
Oh, not at all. I just find it amusing that despite how much you rely on me now, it wasn't always the case. When we first met at Ramona Keeble's Easter tea, and you found out what I did. Do you remember what I did? You said astrology is bunk, completely ill-conceived. You said you shouldn't spout such junk, it's not to be believed. Leo, Pisces, Aries, you said your gullible clientele might as well trust in fairies and leprechauns as well.
I don't remember saying anything of the kind.
That's what you said, or Pluto strike me dead. But even so, I did your chart and saw disaster loomed. I said the theater troupe you want to start, its fate is clearly doomed. I spoke alas to no avail, and it withered on the vine. An enterprise is bound to fail if the planets don't align.
I really didn't care about it that much.
How hard you cried to see your dream had died.
Poppycock and balderdash, that isn't what transpired. I saw at once the brilliance you possess. I said, it's clear that you've a special gift. I said you ought to be admired, and you became my trusted prophetess. I said I am in awe of you, and showed you great respect, and championed your talents right away, and sung your praises everywhere to favorable effect. And that's why you're in such demand today.
A cup of tea, Nella? Some peanuts?
Oh. You don't have any of those delicious macaroons you make, do you?
Lillian Russell came for tea yesterday and wolfed them down like there was no tomorrow.
Well, she has good taste, I'll say that much. Remember, Mamie, you brought the macaroons here when you first met Marie. You'd been working for my dreadful cousin, Celia, and I advised you to quit and work for this lady here who needed your help desperately.
Now, a minute, hang on.
I remember very well. But the problem was, Marie, you weren't quite on board. I don't want help, you said. You said a little mess can be ignored. Who needs to make the bed? You said I won't have someone coming here to clean up and rearrange. You said I'm quite set in my ways, I fear, and see no need to change.
But I'm the most flexible person on earth.
You said your time's been wasted, I'm afraid. I do not need a maid. Just then I felt a lumpy shape beneath the cushion of my chair. And what I found left you agape, 'cause your missing purse was there.
we don't.
I said.
She said. You said.
We'll have to agree to disagree. It happens in all good company. Besides, it was in days gone by. Today we three see eye to eye. And I say, you say, we say. We are now in perfect harmony. Well, now that we've put our differences to rest, let me tell you what the latest chart indicates about your peanut vendor enterprise and the investment in the asbestos mine.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about the peanuts because it's too late. Starting next week, a bevy of darling boys in those wonderful costumes are going to be hawking them at Coney Island.
Oh, dear.
Tell me about the asbestos mines.
Oh, I don't advise it. Jupiter is in retrograde right now, and as you're a Scorpio...
Yeah, hear that, Mamie? Jupiter is in retrograde now. Well, what about next month? No? The month after? No, postpone. Because, see, obviously, asbestos is the wave of the future.
Ding dong.
Come in, Amy. Oh, now that you've finally seen the show, what do you think? Does it deserve all the hoopla?
Miss Dressler, I was hoping that...
You are not Mamie. I recognize you. You're that girl who works for that villain, Hearst. Now, I want nothing to do with anyone who works for that villain. Do you know that his pet chimpanzee threw his unmentionables at me? I thought William would bust a gut laughing.
Please, if you won't talk to me, I'll lose my job.
What?
He told me I'll be fired if you won't give me an interview.
He did he? How do I know that this isn't just some ploy to soften me up?
It's not. I swear to you, it's...
Well, you're either the best actress I've seen in a long time, or... No, but of course he would do something like that, the beast. Here.
Thank you.
No, keep it. Believe me, I had plenty. Goodness, how old are you, honey?
19.
You got 20 years on you, but probably in terms of experience, probably more like 50. I'll tell you what, I will give you an interview. And it's going to be such a good interview that it'll not only save your job, it'll get you promoted. If, that is, you have the bad judgment to continue to work for that yellow journalist creep.
Oh, thank you.
Sit.
Thank you so much.
Now you are going to ask me about my roots, right? How a little girl from nowhere town in Canada made it to Broadway. You don't need me for that. Just ask my agent. I will give you something that won't show up in the program notes. When I started in this business, I doubt that you'd believe how dreadfully they treated me. My God, was I naive? But it didn't take me long to learn I had to stand my ground. I couldn't let them get away with pushing me around. And what gave me the courage is I always understood they'd realize they needed me, 'cause I'm that good. If they say no and I want yes, I walk away. If they say small and I want big, then I don't stay. So if the door shuts in my face, I simply take my skills to some better place. And if the pay is low, I turn around and go, unless they give me what I meets the standard blah blah blah, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. I can't thank you enough, Miss Dressler.
Oh, you can call me Marie now, honey. After all, I just told you all my secrets, haven't I? Well, maybe not all of them.
You saved my job, Marie. I'll never forget.
Oh, you know, it's elephants that never forget. People, I'm not so sure about. But maybe we can be friends. Would you like that?
Of course. I'd like that enormously.
Well, friends it is then. Come here. Now listen, I don't subscribe to that monster's rag, so send me the article when it's printed, will you?
Of course. Goodbye then.
Hey, and since we're friends, we should keep in touch, don't you think?
Yes, definitely. Oh, that would be terrific. Bye!
1907, Marie Dressler brings laughter and delight to London's Palace Theatre of Varieties with her smashing, think literally, vaudeville shenanigans. Reggie Ringgold, the London bystander.
1909, ill-conceived Tilly's Nightmare transforms from nightmare to delight with star Marie Dressler's own script revision, Robert Meyerhoff, the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Ugh. Bad news, I'm afraid. People don't seem to want possums as pets. They're not selling at all well.
That's a pity, but...
But what?
Oh, they never seemed quite as cute to me as they did to you. I mean, I know they eat rats and bugs, but if you can afford to buy one of them, you probably don't have much of a rat and bug problem.
I suppose you're right. Oh, look, I can't bear to look at the amount of money I lost on them. Here, you look and then you tell me, or not.
Best not to say anything.
That bad, eh? Well, you can't win them all. Fortunately, I'm still flush. Just wish my income wasn't so...
Wasn't so what?
Well, look at these bruises. I mean, I just wish my income wasn't so dependent on falling down on every performance. Ophelia never has to fall. She just has to float.
Ding dong!
Flowers for Miss Dressler.
Oh, thank you.
Feller in the lobby asked me to bring them up. Real snappy dresser. Said he's your biggest fan. Gee, thanks, Miss Dressler. You're a dilly.
They're beautiful, aren't they? Is there a card?
Don't see one.
Ding dong!
Got something here for Miss Dressler. A big box of candy.
You know what's from?
Gentleman in the lobby gave it to me. Said, it's just the beginning.
Was he a snappy dresser?
Sure was, Miss Dressler. How'd you know?
Marie knows all.
Gee, thanks, Miss Dressler. You're the bee's knees.
Ding dong!
Ooh, I hope it's a diamond tiara this time.
Hey, how'd you get in here? They're not supposed to let people up without our approval.
It's a wonder what a little cash will do to make people look the other way.
Well, you gotta go.
Of course, if you say so, but please give these to Miss Dressler for me. I would have liked to have talked to her, though. But I'll go.
It's all right, Mamie. Let the gentleman in. He's been showering me with presents. The least I can do is give him an autograph. All right. How'd you know the peonies were my favorite flower?
I know because I've studied you, Marie. I got an A+ in Marie Dressler 101.
You are certainly an avid fan, I'll give you that. You knew my favorite candy as well.
Turkish Delight. A woman of good taste. And I have one more gift for you.
You should sign your picture and say goodbye to this fellow. I have a bad feeling about him.
You think he's a ne'er-do-well of some sort, I take it?
Well, you can't be too careful.
Oh, don't worry. If he goes all Jack the Ripper on me, I'll hit him in the head with that bust of Shakespeare. All right. So let's see this last gift. If it's jewelry before one, I won't accept it. Flowers and candy are one thing, but jewelry from a fan, too many strings attached.
See for yourself.
Marie opens the box and removes long, white satin opera gloves.
Oh, they're beautiful, but they'll never fit. I think you botched this one, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Just try them on.
How big? How could you have...
I told you, Marie, I've done my best to know everything I could about you.
Well, you got me there because I don't even know your name.
James Dalton. But call me Jim. Jim, your soon-to-be partner.
Partner? Well, I think twice about that. I just lost a bundle on an investment, and it's not the first time.
I'm not interested in taking your money. What I want is to help you make more of it. And to help in other ways, too.
Oh, seems you've got quite a high opinion of yourself, huh?
You've got that right. I think almost as highly of myself as I do of you. Have you ever heard the expression, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts?
And have you ever heard the expression, don't count your chickens before they're hatched?
Touché, but really, Marie, we need each other. You think that I'm a crook, of course, who's somehow out to get ya. But take a closer look, you'll see my aim is to abet ya. I've seen your brilliance on the stage, in theaters large and small. But I worry you will exhaust yourself, 'cause you always give your all.
You need a new hobby.
You need someone who'll fight for you when management gets prickly. I'll always do what's right for you, efficiently and quickly.
I've done quite well on my own all these years, thank you very much.
I think you do a bang-up job, but wouldn't it be smart to give that work to someone you trust and focus on your art?
Hey, even if I agree with you, which I don't, why should that person be you? I've known you for all of what, 10 minutes?
Look, I don't claim to be perfect. I have a checkered past.
Okay.
I drank too much and gambled some, had a marriage that didn't last. But I'm a different person now. I reinvented myself, in fact. And doesn't everyone deserve a chance for a second act?
Yeah, I get it now. You want to be a phoenix rising and I'm your clamshell.
Okay, that's fair. I won't object, 'cause what you say is true. I'll gain a bundle of respect by partnering with you.
That's true.
But I am not the only one who'll benefit, Marie. You'll find your life is much improved by casting your lot with me.
Oh yeah, how?
You'll be free of the hassle of dealing with producers' greed. You'll have someone to hold you when TLC is what you need. You'll have me as an escort at parties and soirees. Someone who understands you in a myriad of ways.
That sounds too good to be true, it usually is.
You'll have someone who sees you as capable of so much more. You'll have someone who wonders, Marie, what are you waiting for? Sure, at comedy and clowning, nobody's got you beat. But you could knock them dead in Shakespeare. God, that would be a treat.
Maybe you do see me,
Come
but
on.
still.
Come on, Marie, take a chance on me. Let me show how much I care. Come on, Marie, and dance with me. We'll make a perfect pair.
Marie Dressler, married. Never thought I'd see the day.
I certainly hope she knows what she's doing.
I think it's lovely they found each other, and I wish them only the best.
Did you see Marie and Tilly's nightmare? Oh, sheer genius. She was going to drop the project, but according to her horoscope, if she revised the script herself, it would be a hit. And it was!
Horoscope? Please! What a bunch of gobbledygook.
Jocelyn, perhaps you two haven't been properly introduced. This is Nella Webb.
Marie's astrologer. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I just
Perfectly all right. I understand completely that some people just aren't capable of understanding the more rarefied truths of the universe. Into the fog of mediocrity go the multitudes.
I hope you're not talking about anything serious. This is a party and you're all under orders to laugh and be frivolous. Oh, Jerry, come here for a moment, will you?
Thank you, Marie. I am feeling parched. Could you please bring me a glass of that champagne I see making the rounds?
Well, I suppose I could flag someone down.
Jerry is a guest, not a waiter.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
This lucky fellow here just won the heart of my treasured assistant, Mamie Steele.
It was I who introduced Marie and Mamie. When entities converge in the 11th quintile.
And now, Mamie Steele is Mamie Cox. So you see, Jim and I aren't the only newlyweds here tonight.
Oh, congratulations, Jerry! I know how wonderful Mamie is, and you must be too to have won her.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, but I do know I love that woman with all my heart. You'll excuse me, folks. I want to make sure she isn't fussing around in the kitchen.
You know, she really wanted to cater the party, and I had to insist she be a guest, and she finally gave in.
Marie, I need to tell you how happy I am for you. From what I can see, Jim is a lovely fellow, and it's clear he dotes on you completely.
You know, he does, doesn't he? It's the cat's meow as far as he's concerned. I've never really had anyone who wanted to take care of me before. Who would have thunk it, eh? An old broad like me. And I've learned, you just have to... Never mind.
Hello, all various and sundry, whoever you are.
Oh, you know who they are, darling. And Francis and Nella.
Of course I do. I was just pulling your leg. How's it going? Everybody have enough to eat and drink?
I think you probably had enough of the latter, sweetheart.
Suppose I have. Calms the nerves, you know. Big do like this. Besides, it's a celebration, isn't it? And I'm in a celebratory mood, because this wonderful woman here has become my wife. And I am the luckiest man in the world.
And I am the luckiest woman. You know what Jim got me as a wedding present? 4 hogs, 2 cows, 2 goats, and 8 chickens.
Oh, really? How nice.
But it is. I bought a farm in Vermont, Loaf Haven we call it. It is the prettiest place you ever did see.
And what good are furs and jewelry on a farm, I ask you? Not much good at all.
So now, thanks to this sweet man, we have cows to milk and chickens to lay eggs.
And I'd have slaughtered the pigs eventually, but Marie won't have it. She thinks
they have such distinctive personalities. Clover is shy, but Daffodil makes up for it with her tomfoolery. And well, I just couldn't bear to see them all turned into pork chops.
But what about your career?
Well, sometimes you just need a little break, and you wouldn't deny me and my sweetie some uninterrupted time together.
Ladies and gents, in case you don't know who I am, I'm Jim Dalton, the luckiest guy in the world, because Marie here was brave enough to accept my proposal, and now we are well and truly hitched. And she was brave enough, but maybe I already said that. Anyway, if you want to drink to us, that's fine. But my toast is to Marie for making me the happiest man in the world. Or did I already say that? Here's to Marie, a unique, unrivaled star. Here's to Marie, whom I worshipped from afar. Now that she's made me the happiest of men, let's raise our glasses to Marie again and again.
We drink toasts to the radiant bride and groom, hoping our hopes for the love that has filled the rooms.
Life is a spree when it's Jim and Marie in charge, showing us all life's a moment worth living hard.
Such a waste not embracing each grand not bad. But what does he see in her?
Success and wealth, I assume? I wonder what she wants with him, though.
Well, he does seem devoted. You know what he gave her as a wedding present for her farm? Animals! Goats and pigs! Apparently she was thrilled.
To Jim and Marie, and the lessons that they impart. There's not a spring, puts a spark in each mind and heart. Live it out, and the good times will never stop. Drain the cup, never missing a single drop. Life is one giant ordeal. Show some burn and some nerve. Why be conservative? Living large is the way to live.
She made him her business manager, I think.
Oh, I doubt the producers are thrilled about that. She's already well known for being demanding.
And apparently he's even worse. At least that's the rumor.
Why think small when the world is so big and grand? Have a ball and enjoy every joy at hand.
Don't be content being kept up and tentative. Living large is the only way to live.
Apparently, he came out of nowhere and swept her off her feet. No one knows a thing about him.
Oh, well, maybe she liked the mystery of it all.
Or she wanted to squelch the rumors that she really prefers the company of
Marie
women.
and Jim and to their generosity, helping us see life's more fun lived abundantly, abundantly. Every day, look for something to celebrate. That's the way to make gladness your normal state. When life's pleasures can be so ample, don't be satisfied with just a sample. That's the example you're giving of living large, living large, living large. July 28, 1914. War declared. All Europe in turmoil.
May 8, 1915. The Lusitania sunk. 1,000 probably lost. New York Herald.
March 14, 1916. 1916 is proving to be a banner year on Broadway, with new plays of all stripes and new faces to perform them. James Hitchmer, Variety.
Did you ever in your life see anything as cute as a baby goat? I mean, don't they just lift your spirits? Not a care in the world. Too bad we can't all be like them.
You mean jump on bales of hay and butt each other?
You know perfectly well what I mean. They're irrepressible. They distract me from thinking about what's going on in Europe.
Worry about something we have some control over, like our shrinking bank accounts.
Oh, that's just a temporary setback because the mica mines didn't work out.
None of our investments work out. The only thing that makes money is you performing. It was a big mistake to turn down that gig in Buffalo.
You know, since I made you my manager, you've become very, well, bossy, if the truth be told.
God himself couldn't tell you what to do, Marie. You're unbossable. You don't listen to me, and you don't listen to the producers. As your manager, I should be the one dealing with them, not with you interrupting. How will they come to respect me if you keep undermining my authority?
Oh, my poor Jim. Come on, you need to relax. Come on, sit down, and I will give you a shoulder rub. That's right. There, see? You know, there is more to life than theater. There's fields and flowers, piglets, and daffodils. Yeah, daffodils do any minute. And I
That
think...
does feel good.
Yeah? Oh, hey, now, come on. Maybe might come in.
So what? She knows that we're married. I'm sure she knows we kiss. Not as often as I might like, though.
No, I'm just so exhausted with the work that needs doing. The south fence is sagging, and the pump behind the barn is rusted.
If we sold Loaf Haven, it would help financially, and you could get back on stage.
Oh, absolutely not. I couldn't bear to part with this place, or the animals. Look, I'm gonna go see if Daffodil's in labor. I've already chosen her baby name.
You're incorrigible, Marie, but I do love you. Francis, this is a surprise. You just missed Marie. Did she know that you were coming?
Nope, it's one of those uninvited drop-ins sort of things, I'm afraid.
From Los Angeles to Vermont seems like quite a distance to travel for a drop-in.
Can I get you something, Francis? Tea or coffee?
Perhaps a glass of water? The walk from the road to the house is a bit uphill for my taste.
Well, have a seat.
I'm afraid you've caught me out, Jim. Of course, I made a special trip, but only from New York, where I've had meetings. I couldn't go back to LA without seeing Marie's Garden of Eden. Thank you, baby.
My pleasure.
Marie just said the other day she hadn't heard from you lately. I think she was a bit hurt.
Oh dear. I'm afraid I've been so focused on my job, I've let some other things slide.
Working hard, eh? Wish I could say the same for my wife.
What do you mean? In her letters, all she talks about is how exhausted she is from driving the tractor and milking the cows.
That's not the kind of work I'm referring to. I'm talking about the kind that pays the bills and allowed us to buy this farm in the first place. Money is going out faster than it's coming in.
I do worry that Marie has been away too long and there won't be anything to go back to. They're on the lookout for fresh faces now.
Then tell her that, please. She won't listen to me. Nope, sorry. Let's talk about something more pleasant. How's life in California? Marie says your career is going gangbusters.
Oh, she gives me far too much credit. I'm a writing assistant at Famous Players Lasky with an emphasis on assistant. I'm as good a writer as anyone, maybe better, but they just
No pidlets yet.
Francis! Oh my goodness!
Oh, what an unexpected treat.
I had to see this paradise of yours. And look at you. Have you been on the cover of Farm and Fireside yet?
You don't make all the fun you want, but I've never been happier in my life.
I'll leave you two ladies to catch up with each other.
You've never been happier. Come on, Marie, this is me you're talking to.
Well, I'm very upset about the war, of course. This neutrality is bosh. Our boys should be over there fighting the Krauts, and if they were, and if I was a boy, I'd be there too. Oh, but you know me. Something gets me down, I soon pop up. Oh, goodness. You are a sight for sore eyes. I thought maybe you'd forgotten me.
Forget Marie Dressler. Not possible. But it has been too long. It's a shame Los Angeles and New York aren't closer together.
You mean Los Angeles and Vermont?
Well, surely you'll be returning to New York soon.
Oh, not in any hurry. I mean, they wanted me for a comic opera in Buffalo, but I turned it down.
My goodness, why?
You must know, I couldn't bear the thought of being in another show where I bumbled around like a nincompoop and everyone laughed at me. I'm an actress, for God's sakes, not a cartoon.
I always wondered if the typecasting bothered you.
I didn't at first. I built my career on being one who makes people laugh, but I thought by now they would realize that I could do something more.
And they should, of course, but I'm afraid that... You know, there's a rumor going around that you are hard to work with. Jim, too.
Such baloney. Is it wrong for us to insist that I make my own costumes when the ones they patch together are all dreadful? Or, I mean, is it wrong to require approval rights on casting?
Yes, it is wrong. You're handing them the excuses they need to cut you off.
Then so be it. If after all this time they still won't let me be a real actress, then to hell with them. It's different for you, Francis. You're young. They haven't pigeonholed you yet.
Oh, yeah? Then why are they as likely to ask me to make them coffee as to write a treatment?
Oh.
Why do they want me to take notes at meetings? They have secretaries. I have my ways of dealing with them. If I were Francis, spelled with an I, in other words, a man, I'd treat me like a colleague, a member of their clan.
I am touched by your concern, but...
I am concerned. We've been friends a long time.
And then you should know I would never do what you propose. I am who I am, and they can take it or leave it.
Well, at this point, they seem to be leaving it. And where does that leave you?
Here, at Loafhaven, with my treasured animals and Jim. I paid my dues long ago.
But this is now.
And I won't bow down to men who are younger and know less than I do.
I can't say I blame you, but you can't blame me for trying.
And though we disagree, the fact that you tried really touches me. In this man's world, it's a crying shame that I won't start playing the game.
I wish you'd just moved to Hollywood. I'm sure I could get you some
I
parts.
hate that place. Besides, why should it be any different there? As far as I know, they have pies in California, too.
One of these days, I'll be successful enough to... Oh, Marie, I'm so worried about you.
I love that you worry about me, Francis.
Of course I worry about you. You're important to me.
And you're important to me. Maybe more important than you know.
Marie kisses Francis.
I'm sorry. I thought,
I do love you, Marie. I do, but not like that. I best be on my way. I don't want to miss the bus back to Manhattan.
I hope that you won't.
Don't worry about it, okay? I'll write when I get back to the coast. You take care.
Francis left already. Well, I hope you had a nice visit. By the way, Daffodil had her babies, 11 of them. I heard squeals coming from the barn, so I took a look. Too bad you missed all of the excitement.
April 6, 1917. President proclaims war. The New York Times.
June 18th, 1917. Whatever our means, let us all subscribe to the fullest extent to the Liberty Loan to support our valiant fighting men. Howard Leacock, Chicago Daily Tribune.
September 9th, 1917. Marie Dressler, a cow named by American infantrymen after the well-known vaudeville star, dies in the line of duty. James Hitchmer, Variety.
Marie Dressler reporting for duty. Why? You say there are no women in the army? I don't know what they're missing. All right, well, I guess I'll have to find another way to contribute to the war effort. Let's see. I could bake some cookies and send them to the troops.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know how to cook. I'd probably poison them all. Let's see. I know. I could knit them a cozy blanket for when it gets cold. Oh, but I can't knit. Oh, but I gotta do something. You know, it's my patriotic duty. After all, America is
the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Now, you might not know this, but my family name is Korber. Sound German? Yeah, it's because it is. Yep, my father was born in Germany, and you know what? My ancestry doesn't stop me from knowing right from wrong. And wrong, my friends, is what the Central Powers are doing. Right?
Yeah!
That's right. And it would be wrong if we didn't help our boys. Right? Right! Right? Right! A patriotic duty might believe a duty is to hug and squeeze each soldier boy should know. But though your kisses are sweet and might not
So we went to the producer, it was Charles Cochran, may he rot in hell, and said,
It wasn't fair. We were expected to perform more than 8 times a week, especially on our measly salaries. And of course, he can let us go with the snap of a finger without
Advance notice or anything. And now,
with Actors Equity, the big stars are protected.
no offense to you, Marie, you've always been square with us. And but the chorus is the lowest of the low.
when we made our case, you know what he did?
He told us he'd give it some thought in a year or two if he felt like it. And we should leave because he was late for dinner with his wife at Delmonico's.
And then, when we turned to go, he pinched my derriere.
Oh. Well, I wish I could say I was surprised. The stories I could tell you. Oh, you've been very quiet. Are you in the chorus too?
I'm not. So I guess I'm something of an interloper. I'm Claire Dubray. I live in California, and I'm visiting my sister here for the week.
I asked her to come with me, Marie. Hope that's okay. She's a fan of yours.
Well, of course it's okay, but Claire Dubray, why does that sound familiar?
Maybe you saw her in one of her movies. She's done a ton of them. The Piper's Prince, The Reward of the Faithless.
That's it, of course, The Reward of the Faithless. Oh, you were very good, I must say.
Oh, I'm flattered you think so.
Well, I had tried my hand at Hollywood once. Not for me, though. Had one hit, maybe you heard of it, Tilly's Punctured Romance. But after that, a total bust. The whole experience was underwhelming. But you have been quite successful there, I believe.
In a way, but I'm not very well known. At least, not yet. One day, though, I really...
So, what do you think, Marie? I mean, you're long past being in the chorus, but...
Oh, trust me, dealing with management is still hard. Right now, they're withholding job offers to punish me for doing my patriotic duty.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, you're darn tootin' it is. So I am 100% with you.
I told you she'd understand. So, what should we do, Marie?
Well, you need to organize, like the actors. Strengthen numbers. An association of choristers with dues and bylaws and officers.
I don't know. We make little enough as it is.
$1 a year. With enough people, that'll give you a decent kitty and bargaining power. Let's see. The Chorus Equity Association of America.
The Chorus Equity Association of America. It sounds so official. I love it. I nominate Marie to be our founding president.
Oh.
All in favor, say aye.
Can I vote too?
Why not? Like Marie said, strengthen numbers, so...
Aye!
Oh, I feel hopeful for the first time in ever so long. Let's tell those producers that we're sick and tired. They treat us like the lowest of the low. But if we come together, we can get inspired. 'Cause face it, we're the heart of every show. The powers that were can't ignore us, causing a stir. Fans adore us, you can't deter the mighty chorus when we're fighting for chorus equity.
Here's an ultimatum for our greedy bosses. They better change their ways or we will strike. And then they'll be compelled to sit and count their
feel better already.
There are choruses in Hollywood too. You can form a California branch.
Oh, well, I'm not a political sort, I'm afraid, but I can talk this up with my friends. It's been such a pleasure to be present at the birth of an actual movement.
Thank you, President Dressler. With you at the helm and the rest of us committed, I think the future of chorus folks is looking up.
Well, we'll meet in the next week or so to draft a mission statement. You should come too.
Oh, I'm afraid I'll be back in California by then.
Oh, well, do look me up next time you're in New York.
I will. Sure.
They're gone, right? Didn't want to interrupt the gab fest.
No, it wasn't a gab fest. It was important work, and I hate it when you drink this early in the day.
I drink because I want to forget how close to the poorhouse we are.
Oh, that's a good one. And I suppose you drank to celebrate when we were flush.
The few offers you get, you turn down. We'll be on the street soon.
I told you I am done being laughed at. Besides, I can't interrupt my war work. I couldn't live with myself if I let the boys down.
What about letting your fans down? What about me? Your husband? Don't I count?
Mail's here. Got a letter from my brother. He says to tell you folks thanks for the Turkish delight. The fellows in his squad loved him.
Well, then write Henry and tell him we'll send more. Ah, thank you. You'll see, the war will soon be over and things will pick up. In the meantime, we've got a nice long stretch of time to spend together.
But we haven't been together, have we? You're busy with your important work, and I follow you around like a puppy while bankruptcy looms. I'm not exaggerating, Marie.
Would you come here, Jim? A little closer.
Oh, what the?
This is from Elizabeth Dalton. Your wife, the one that you told me that you divorced when you married me?
Come on, honey, you know better than to believe.
She said proof, you cad. Official. Notarized.
But how did she know?
Publicity can be dangerous, even the good kind. See, she saw an article, let me see, in the Kansas City Sun about my war bonds work, and there you were, pictured with me, identified as Marie Dressler's husband, Jim Walton. Oh, but you know, she didn't let that pesky little typo bother her one little bit. So, you are a drunk and a bigamist.
You gotta forgive me, Marie. I did it because I adore you. I did it because I love you.
You did it because I was your ticket to hobnobbing with rich and powerful people. Well, I guess your real wife didn't offer you that opportunity. I see it so clearly now.
Whatever I've done, it was out of love.
Love of the limelight, love of champagne. How could I be so stupid? She wants money, of course, to keep quiet.
As if we had it.
We could be millionaires, and she wouldn't get a dime. She can blab all she wants. It's fine with me if the whole world knows what a crook you are.
I'm not a crook, Marie. I've honest and truly loved you and stood by you faithfully. All these years, I went along with your silly projects, even though I knew they would come to nothing. I defended you when they said you were hard to work with.
Me? Hard to work with? Oh, that is rich! The producers were always pulling me aside, asking me to stop you bossing them around. And when people said that you were using me, I always told them to go to hell. We were a perfect pair, I said. Partners in everything.
Not everything, Marie. Not everything. And I never complained, did I? God, my head feels like it's going to explode.
You're going to explode. Are you so drunk that you can't see that I'm the victim here? Oh, please, you don't have the acting chops to pull this off. Jim? Jim?
November 11th, 1918. Armistice signed. End of the war.
December 17th, 1918. War over, but war wounds take their toll. The Baltimore Sun.
I worry you're overdoing it. You've been through a lot lately. You should take a few days off.
Look who's talking. You lost your brother and I don't see you.
Work distracts me. At least in the daytime. Some nights I dream about him, though. He's in a bunker and they keep shooting, even after he's gone. Jerry says I cry out at night.
Oh, Mamie. I miss him too. Hey, you remember when Henry visited and we played musical chairs and he wound up sitting in my lap? War really is hell. God, I wish I believed in heaven, because Henry'd certainly be there. And Rodney and Luke, my two favorite chorus boys. You know, he doesn't deserve it, but sometimes I even miss Jim.
There's a heaven, Marie. I'm sure of that. Don't forget my daddy was a minister.
They're ready for you, Miss Dressler.
Well, I am ready for them.
Marie entertains the soldiers with shenanigans involving bedpans and unspooling rolls of gauze.
Woo! How you guys doing? A bit better.
Yeah.
I bet you this is not your favorite place to be, though.
Oh, it sure ain't.
It sure is not. Well, you know what? This kind of is my favorite place to be right now. Getting to entertain heroes. It is my honor and my privilege.
We love you, Marie.
Oh, and I love you. You know what? I look around me and I see your dear faces and I think how much you've been through to defend us. We are grateful beyond all measure.
Sometimes it's real hard, Marie.
I know it is. You know what? Go ahead and cry. Crying helps.
I don't know if I can. Things get so bottled up.
Sing us something sad, Marie, so we can all cry.
We're thankful to God that you made it home safely. Honored indeed to have fought the good fight. Bursting with pride that the Yanks turned the tide, and we stood up for freedom, and all that is right.
All that is right.
But where are the ones we left behind at Campton and leaves? The sons of mothers and husbands of wives who gave their all and lost their lives, though their memory still survives, and we pray that they are at peace.
We're glad to be back in the country we fought for. Glad that the war has been finally won. Grateful to be in the land of the free. Miss the people we love in the bright shining sun. But where are the ones we left behind at Bellowwood and the brothers of sisters, the fathers of sons, whose lives succumbed
Me voici! Thank you so much for coming. We didn't know what else to do.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. But never fear. I'm here now and all will be well. The turbulence of the present dances in oblivion. Where's Marie?
At the moment, she's down in the hotel personnel office, asking if she can clean rooms in exchange for rent.
Oh, no. I knew it was slim pickings, but
it's afraid it's no pickings at all. She spent too much time at the farm, I think. It's gone now, of course. Then with all the months of selling war bonds and entertaining the troops.
The producers kind of forgot about her.
But the straw that broke the camel's back was her union organizing. They didn't like that one bit.
Oh, yes. I read about the blackballing. Oh, shameful. Such a cutthroat business. It's why I quit performing myself and made astrology my career. Ever so much more predictable. Oh, she should never have stayed away from the stage for so long. If she had just listened to me. But that woman has a stubborn streak as long as the Erie Canal. She only listens to the advice that suits her. And of course, doesn't listen to anyone else.
She's on an all-time low right now, so I think there's a good chance she'll listen this time.
Oh, I certainly hope so. She simply cannot afford to waste the Pluto in transit, so the move is imperative. In the nexus of fulfillment, vibration rules.
Yes, well, it is imperative because Frances can get parts for her. Maybe not big ones at first, but in time.
Well, Frances is a Pisces with Virgo rising, so I'm not surprised she's become such a success. Have you seen any of her movies?
We saw The Song of Love and enjoyed it very much. Jerry swooned over Norma Talmadge.
Oh, come on, Mamie. You know I only swoon over you.
Ding dong! My acolytes, right on time. I thought they'd help us make the case. Mamie, Jerry, meet Esoterica, Mysteria, Esoterica, Doxanilla, Doxapati, and Bob. I'm attempting to share my vast store of knowledge with them in anticipation for the day when I am no longer present in this dimension.
There should be some folding chairs in the closet.
It's no good, Mamie. He says he doesn't have the authority. And they had the nerve to ask me for my autograph. What is going on?
Oh, dearest Marie, your troubles are over. I've studied your chart meticulously, and I can say with the utmost confidence that you are in for a great and wonderful adventure in Hollywood.
Oh, that's not going to happen. Who are these people?
My acolytes, of course, here to help me convince you the wisdom of the spheres far outshines that of Marie Dressler. In days long gone, back in Babylon, the ancient mystics knew there was wisdom in how the planets spin to advise us all what to do. I've studied to understand the secrets strange and true. Now we can see through astrology the future holds for you. You're a Scorpio, of course, with the rising sign in Pisces, which explains the many crises you've been through. But Gemini contains your moon, which makes it clear that very soon good fortune will present present itself to you. It's all in the stars. It's all in astrology. You're gonna go far. The stars know you're a star.
With a moon in Gemini.
The duality is magic, not just comedy, but tragic roles you'll play.
The charts she drew are crystal clear. You're headed to a new career.
You'll be a toast of Hollywood someday.
It's all in the stars. It's all in astrology. You're gonna go far. The stars know you're a star. What's
Never could read by that thing. Good riddance.
It's pretty, though.
Oh, you think so? Oh, who am I kidding? It's gorgeous. When the Century Girl was such a big hit, I went straight to Tiffany's and made it mine. Breaks my heart to sell it, tell the truth.
Still and all, it's just a lamp.
Oh, maybe. What are we gonna do? I mean, the farm's gone, my jewelry, the furs are gone. The only thing I haven't sold is my soul, and I'd probably sell that too if I could find a buyer. Haven't even been able to pay you and...
Hush now. Jerry and I have a little nest egg, and we'll be just fine. In fact, we were thinking that we could maybe help you.
Oh, no. Don't even say those words. I would never allow that to happen.
You're too proud, Marie, if you don't mind my saying so. Sometimes it gets in your way.
Well, that's who I am, and I'm too old to change. I just hate asking for help. I feel ashamed.
You helped Frances once. She'd like to return the favor. People want to help you because they love you.
Love. There's an overused word. I thought Jim loved me, and you saw how that turned out.
Well, when all was said and done, did you really love him?
Of course I did. In my way. You know the worst of it is? It's not even the money. It's being so totally and utterly forgotten. I mean, no one remembers my name. It's like I never existed. Maybe it's gone to pieces.
When Henry died and I couldn't stop crying, you told me it might not seem like it, but there'd be better days ahead. Well, I'm saying the same thing to you now. You've got troubles, you've got pain, you've got a pile of good reasons to complain, but your sorrow, I know, will go away, and tomorrow will be a brand new day, so you must forget the before.
welcome. We're thrilled you're joining our happy little MGM family, and we're all looking forward to the work you're going to do with us. Hey, aren't we, folks? Huh? Let me be the first to sing a little verse to say we're so glad you're here. First, some brief instructions and some introductions to your new home, my dear. Welcome to Hollywood. It's quite a town. This is where dreams come true. At the studio, you'll see we're one big family. I'll say to you, and your career too, you'll find in Hollywood fame and renown. Once you get used to the gig, if you listen to me, you'll do beautifully. Marie, you're gonna be big.
Oh, gee, I thought I already was.
This is Miss Polly Moran. Now, I'm sure you've seen her work. She's volunteered to give you a little tour. I know I'm leaving you in good hands.
Welcome to Hollywood. We'll show you around where to shop, dine out, do your hair. And just walk down the street, heaven knows who you'll meet. All the dreamy stars we know, Chaplin, Fairbanks, Valentino. Oh! Come on, I'll take you down to wardrobe.
Callaghan's and the Murphys, take 5.
Cut! Okay, everything is too exaggerated. Marie, this is a movie, not a play. Set up for the next close-up. Gotta hit your mark here. Don't stay in the dark here. The light is your friend, you'll see. Skip the funny faces, the camera embraces the slightest subtlety.
All set, Miss Justice, close-up.
I know in Hollywood you will go far once you're taught what you ought to do. Perhaps belong on this table.
Yeah, don't trip on that cable.
Tune it down a bit, and you'll be ahead.
It's best to avoid any stagey display. Just make the slightest gesture count.
Talent make them say, wow, just trust the experts for now.
And Miss Wrestler, you'll carry the day.
All right, let's try it again. Cut and print.
Of course, I read about your move in Variety, but I wasn't quite sure when it was happening or if you'd changed your mind. And then that telegram, and then the phone call, then you just appear on my doorstep and all your Mariness. I'm so glad we've reconnected, and as I suspected, you're doing great, my dear. Making such a splendid start now, with such a juicy part now, to really launch your career. And I'm so glad that you're here.
When we first met in New York,
Rousing on behalf of the oppressed, of course.
that's right. I had a feeling that we would be good friends,
I felt the same.
but we lived so far apart. Not anymore.
The Callahans and the Murphys withdrawn from circulation due to complaints about portrayal of Irish.
Oh, but I love that Betrayal. It was a comedy. I mean, granted, but if we lose the ability to laugh.
Well, the Irish appear to be more comfortable with gloomy narratives in dimly lit pubs.
Oh, now there's a stereotype worth contesting. Not our good-natured frolic. It's just maddening. What am I going to do now?
That's how things work in Hollywood. You take some lumps, but you mustn't give up hope. Disappointment disappointing, it's true, but I'll find work for you. Sweetheart, you'll see, just leave it to me.
The future will all be good. Won't find these bumps, and we're here to help you cope. I hope you know we believe in you so keep your chin up, Marie.
I've got my eagle eye out, looking for good parts for you.
And I'm writing one or two even as we speak.
Well, it won't be the first time that I've had disappointment and gotten over it. I'm good at it.
March 1927. Breakfast at Sunrise, starring Constance Talmadge and Bryant Washburn with Alice White, Paulette Duvall, and Marie Dressler.
King Vidor is making the Patsy into a movie, and he's looking for someone to play Ma Harrington. I think Marie would be perfect.
It's not a particularly comic role, so I can't see
Oh,
Marie.
she's been wanting to play serious roles forever, Louis, and I'm positive she'll do a great job. Besides, Vidor is a cosmopolitan. If you don't like the picture, don't distribute it.
I don't know.
Why don't you suggest you give Marie a test and see if she comes through?
Francis, your insistence chips at my resistance. She truly has a loyal friend in you.
You'll do it? Ask Vidor to test her?
If only to get you to stop nagging.
Thank you. Then he can make the final decision. That's how confident I am he'll want her. I haven't steered you wrong yet, have I?
True, you haven't, and I've made quite a lot of money trusting your instincts.
It's settled then, and neither of you will be sorry.
1927. Marion Davies almost has the movie stolen from her by Marie Dressler in The Patsy. Typhoon of the Los Angeles Times.
1927. Marie Dressler is here to stay as a serious actress, standing out as Ma Harrington in MGM's The Patsy. Dottie Harstead, Variety.
That's the magic of Hollywood. You'll realize miracles can happen here. You can fall down and then you'll get back up again. And your face will be seen up on the silver screen. Finally, Hollywood will recognize how great an actress you are. Make no mistake, this could be your big break, Marie. We can see you're on your way to being a star.
Oh, you have the tiniest feet, Claire. I'm sure mine are twice the size. Let's measure here.
Don't be ridiculous, darling. Who cares?
Oh, look at these adorable toes. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef at the Brown Derby. And this little piggy got indigestion. Oh, you're spoiling my fun.
Oh, I really don't think I can be accused of that.
Oh, no, you can't. I'm a very happy woman, Claire, thanks to you.
And to your triumph in the Patsy.
I admit that helps.
You'll understand if I'm a bit envious.
Oh, sweet Claire. It's only a matter of time until you're in front of the cameras again.
I don't know. They forget about you pretty fast in this business. You know, we know that from experience.
Well, careers are like roller coasters. Yup, and then you're down, and then you're up again.
I just wonder if this current downward ride is actually the end of the line.
Well, with me between movies and you on, let's call it a hiatus, we have lots of time to spend together. And I, for one, treasure every hour. Then when the time is right, I'll help you like Francis helped me.
together is priceless. Oh, my darling, oh, my dear, it's so lovely to be with you here.
How much happiness can one woman take? Pinch me to prove I'm awake.
I found heaven with you, tenderness that was worth the wait. I played and loved until we met, but I found with you a true duet.
Darling, I feel it too. I'd accepted a loveless fate and made my peace with the loneliness. But with you, there is rapture words can't express.
Forget the sorry past.
I can trust in love at last. How thrilling to see we will always be.
We'll always be
In a world of our own, with a love like we've never known. All my dreams have come true, finding heaven with you.
I treasure each embrace in our perfect hiding place, and I know in my heart this is just the start.
It's just the start of a world of our own, sharing something that's never gone. Oh, my loneliness gone.
Our romance will go on and on.
You're my dream come true, finding heaven with you.
They kiss passionately.
Will Rogers? Oh, you scallywag. If I'd known you were coming, I'd have worn my chaps and spurs. You know my secretary, Claire DeBray?
Sure do. I saw you with borrowed husband, didn't I? My opinion, borrowing a husband is a grand idea. Then if he don't work out, you can return him.
Oh, it's nice to see you. But if you'll excuse me, I have some paperwork, some coffee, tea.
Oh, I'm just dishing in and dashing out, so no thanks kindly, I'll decline.
Well, have a seat and tell me when I owe the pleasure.
Well, tell the truth, Marie, I'm in a smidge of trouble, and I'm hoping you could help me out.
All right. For you, anything. As long as it doesn't involve roping steers or going on one of those flying contraptions you love so much.
Afraid it ain't nothing quite as much fun as either of those.
Well, out with it.
Well, I reckon you're going to the Hollywood Players Ball tomorrow.
Of course. And why else would I have an appointment at the most expensive beauty parlor in Los Angeles? Sure hope it's worth it.
Well, speaking of beauty, I chair a committee that's supposed to award a gold laurel wreath to the most beautiful woman in the room. Don't know how I got myself into a fix like this, but anyway, well, there's going to be more pretty dames there than there are straws in a haystack, and, well, I'm afraid if I pick one, the others will tar and feather me. So I was thinking, maybe I could bestow the wreath on you, and well, everyone would have a good laugh. So, what do you say, Marie?
Well, I don't know, Will. I think
Come
maybe
on,
you should...
Marie, pretty please.
Okay, sure. What are friends for?
You're the best, Marie. Are you ready for a hug?
Oh, gee.
Oh, I hate this puzzle. It's too hard.
I think this goes there, part of the ringmaster's mustache.
Well, how did you know that? I would have said it was part of the horse's mane.
Oh, you are very good at this, baby. You put us all to shame.
Must you three all talk so loud? How am I supposed to be studying my script with all this noise?
Why don't you go in the bedroom, sweetheart?
Because there's no comfortable chair in the bedroom.
Well, the card table is in here, so that's where the puzzle goes. And I didn't know we were under a gag order.
Never mind. I have to leave anyway. Where are my house keys? You know, I thought the idea was to keep things tidy.
Try here, in your purse.
Must have dropped them in there the last time I used it. Well, I have a hair appointment, so you can talk as loud as you want now. Yeah, I hope Jerry hasn't forgotten the car.
He's right there waiting.
I should hope so. I don't want to be late.
Goodness, she's in a mood. It has been all day. Said the coffee was too strong at breakfast and too weak at lunch.
Not like her, really.
True. Except, well, sometimes. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. Wah, wah.
We will breathe loads of fun.
Fun, fun, oh, I'll say. But at times her friendship can be draining. Uh-huh. Good to hear I'm not the only one who feels this way. We all agree. Have you noticed occasionally there can be a bit too much Marie? Well, there isn't a question now of how we all love her. Once in a while we get tired of her. Usually we're delighting in her company. But when she starts to act tactlessly, Marie can be a bit much. When she acts demanding, grand and royal, oh my dear,
Stubborn as a mule and so hard-headed.
I'll be credit to Marie. We three will still be loyal, never fear. But we wish she'd make it just a wee bit easier. Take it from me, there's no one we adore more than she. But it's hard to stay quite libel free, 'cause whenever she gets some petty bee in her bonnet, she'll pursue it, you can count on it. Obviously, our affection is what helps us see past the voices and flaws we've discussed. When Marie is just too much, the way she puts on the fancy airs,
The girl that turns cartwheels down the stairs.
the patches that catch you unawares. Ooh-wee, too much Marie. When she has a sudden fit of pique
They get so upset that she won't speak.
to any of us for over a week. Yes, sirree, too much Marie. With all her irksome quirks and complaints, the thing we've got the patience of saints. We all agree that appetite and simplicity is a boring, adoring Marie. She can live with the crazy chaos and aggravation, but she makes life a swell celebration, which is the key to why none of us wants to be free. She creates so much fun and color about her, makes everything duller without her. So it's true, there cannot be too much Marie. There can never be too much Marie.
I was named most beautiful woman and they drank a toast, saluting me, the ever so divine Marie, with her Charleston bob and her fancy gown, and the neatly woven laurel crown. Though people were at first confused, they were soon amused. And everyone laughed, so I laughed too. Marie was the belle of the ball. Bravas and whistles, big ballyhoo, and a good time was had by all. Norma Shearer was at the fete, Marion Davies, Lillian Gish, and every man's most fervent wish was to bathe in the pools of their beckoning eyes. But then, voila, I won the prize. The crowd appeared about to choke, till they got the joke. Then everyone laughed, so I laughed too. Marie was the belle of the ball. Bravas and whistles, big ballyhoo, and a good time was had by all. I curtsied when they applauded me, and someone threw a bouquet. With great esprit they lauded me in a very bizarre display. Will hugged me and whispered, "Marie, you saved the day." What else is there to say? Yes, everyone laughed, so I laughed too. Marie was the belle of the ball. Bravas and whistles, big ballyhoo, and a good time was had by. Yes, a very good time was had by all.
1930, Garbo talks, but Marie Dressler as Marthy pulls at your heartstrings in Anna Christie, Drew Appleton, Los Angeles Times.
1931, Marie Dressler outdoes herself with brilliant performance in Min and Bill opposite Wallace Beery, Alan Spurlake, Variety.
1931, Best Actress nominees are Marlene Dietrich for Morocco, Marie Dressler in Min and Bill, Irene Dunn for Cimarron, Norma Shearer for A Free Soul, and Anne Harding for Holiday. Dottie Sims, The Los Angeles Times.
I knew she'd win. I didn't doubt it for a moment.
She beat Norma Shearer, can you imagine?
And Marlene Dietrich, talent over legs, I say. My husband said he wished I was as interested in him as I was in Min and Bill. I saw it 4 times. 6 times for me. You think she'll let us touch it? The Oscar. If she does, I'll never wash my hands again. Miss Dressler, over here! Congratulations, Miss Dressler. You reached the pinnacle. They said you were through, but you showed them.
Will you sign my autograph book?
I can't believe it's really you in the flesh.
You're all very kind, and I know Miss Dressler appreciates it, but it's been a very long day.
It's okay, Francis. My stomach feels fine now, and I'm not the least bit tired. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and meet Jerry at the car, and I'll talk to these good folks, and you can just pick me up back here.
You go on, I'll stay with Marie.
Miss Dressler?
Oh, please, call me Marie. People think a lot less of me than you certainly do.
Gee, thanks, Marie. We wanted to introduce ourselves. We're the officers of the Marie Dressler Silver Jubilee Fan Club of Stockton, California.
We must have come all the way down here to celebrate you. That's how sure we were you'd win.
Stockton, my goodness. Like Silver Jubilee?
Because we've been admirers of yours for 25 years!
Oh, heavens. Well, thank you so much. I'm honored that you came this far.
Not like so many who turn up their noses at regular people like us.
bumpy road and take so long?
Well, I did have
so long, and please don't take this wrong, but like us, you're, let's call it, mature. And in spite of your age, and at this advanced stage, once again you're the rage, it's a victory for sure.
Well, thank you. It sure is nice to be
And we always believed in you, Marie. Yes, even when things seem dark. Steadfast and true, we always stuck with you. And now, do you plan to retire?
Me retire? Never. No, I'm going to be doing lots more movies, I can promise you. This next
Just because you're older doesn't mean you're through. You just keep on showing them what you can do. More great achievements lie ahead for you. 'Cause you're not finished yet.
I'm certainly not. I was going to say.
Because there's a touch of silver in your hair.
Don't let them consign you to a rocking chair.
Putting you out to pasture would be so unfair.
'Cause you're not finished yet.
That's right, I'm not
This
finished.
obsession with what's useful and outdated makes us overlook the tried and true. But experience should be appreciated.
Don't assume you're done. Why, you've only begun.
All the years of taking lumps and paying dues give you so much know-how you know how to use. Tell those whippersnappers our happy news. You're looking forward to so much more, 'cause you're not finished yet.
You're all just fantastic, but I think it's time for
Cartoon!
Okay.
Everything you said to us today, Marie, we are so impressed. And you're indisputably, ounce of absolutely, root to we the best.
I'm speechless.
That'd be a first.
1932, Marie Dressler gets her second Best Actress nomination for Emma. Dottie Sims in Los Angeles Times.
1932. In Prosperity, Marie Dressler shines brightly as Maggie Warren. Deborah Taylor, The Los Angeles Examiner.
1933. Marie Dressler is at the top of her game as Annie Brennan in Mervyn LeRoy's Tugboat Annie. Kenneth Baxter, The Los Angeles Times.
Now, it's not that I take credit, mind you, but I did foresee the move to Hollywood would be life-changing for her in a wonderful way. A retrograde transit speaks volumes. Well, it has been wonderful, and then some. I've never seen her so happy. Except,
Except what, Mamie?
well, you know, her stomach troubles. I think we should thank Frances here for the beautiful part she writes for Marie. I cry every time I watch Emma. She should have won the Oscar again.
And I think we should thank Mr. Mayor for believing in me and believing in Marie. Without you, there wouldn't be a Minenville or an Emma.
Let's face it, everyone in this room is a gigantic Marie Dressler fan.
Along with 90% of the American public.
I've always adored that woman, warts and all. She's feisty and funny, and she even has her own brand of charm. I treasure my stable of lovelies, of course, Greta, Hetty, Norma. But why must an actress be a looker to be a star? Your average housewife is no beauty. The public can relate to Marie. She's warm, she's earthy.
I think you're preaching to the choir, Mr. Mayor.
Of course I am. It's why I asked you here today. I regret to say, I have some bad news.
Well, it can't be that bad. The stars told me Marie would have at least 7 wonderful years here, and it hasn't been anywhere near
Marie has cancer.
Well, it must be a mistake.
I'm afraid not. The test results leave no doubt.
Well, what's the treatment?
The best we can do is injections that may slow the progression, but they're not a cure.
The news is gonna lay her low, Mr. Mayor. It's gonna undo her.
I know, Mamie, but I think I have a way of avoiding that. I believe with every fiber of my being that it's kinder by far if she's kept in the dark. What is the point of her knowing her fate if the die has been cast and by now it's too late? How can we ask her to bear such a weight? It would extinguish her spark. If we really love the woman and we don't want her to suffer, then we must employ a buffer, an effective, clever ruse. If we really love the woman, then there mustn't be a glimmer that her light is growing dimmer. She must never hear the news, for if she found out what's true, what good would it do?
She always says, look to the future. She always says, don't look behind.
A brilliant career, all too soon has to end. That's nothing compared to the loss of my friend.
I can't believe this is happening. It fills me with utter despair.
I've given up so much to be companion to my dear Marie, and now she'll up and die on me. It's just too much to bear. It'll hurt to say goodbye to her, and I sure don't like to lie to her. We must do it to shield her from pain.
So we're agreed. Marie is not to know her diagnosis. We want her to continue working and playing and, well, being Marie for as long as possible.
Continue working, I don't know.
She's at the top of her game and loving every minute, finally getting recognized as a serious actress.
Are you sure there isn't some self-interest involved here? I mean, the more money her movies make, the more money you make.
I don't deny it. But if Marie retired today, my lifestyle wouldn't change one iota. I'm still a rich man with or without Marie.
I do plainly see how she perks up when she's due at the studio.
And if she isn't working, she's gonna have all that time to look into new investments. She'll end up with a jujube concession or Turtle Ranch.
Marie's chakra is so not compatible with turtles. Turtles represent peace, resolution, taking life slow. They represent longevity.
These weekly injections, they're very important. Tell her she has anemia and the shots are vitamin therapy.
Doesn't like needles.
And no one likes needles, but it's a small price to pay if it gives her a bit more time. Claire, Mamie, it's on you to see she doesn't play hooky. That's it then. We'll leave our dear Marie free to enjoy the time she has. Word of honor, yes?
If we really love the woman, we'll protect her from distress and ensure she cannot guess what lies in store. If we really love the woman, let's give her reason still to smile. Let her be happy yet a while, till she gains that distant shore.
Or if she found out what's true.
Or if she found out what's true.
Or if she found out what's true.
Or if she found
innocent, pleading look that shows off your dimples might have worked in the past, but it won't work now.
But you'll miss your injections.
My injections are doing nothing. So, no, the shot in the arm I need is a dose of the big apple. Ha! Gin! At 4 times in a row.
Well, if you insist on going, I'm not going with you. I won't do something that I think will harm you.
Well, that is disappointing, especially given that I already bought the tickets. Maybe Polly Moran would like an all-expense-paid trip to New York.
Well, if you're going to be annoyed with me, I might as well give you some ammunition.
Do tell.
I got cast in the new George Cukor film. It's a small part, granted.
I don't understand.
You heard me. I'm in his new film.
You auditioned for it?
Huh? And I had to do 2 callbacks, and then yesterday I got the good news.
Why didn't you tell me any of this? Since when do we keep secrets?
Marie, every time I talk about my career, you get grumpy.
Well, but to hide it from me? Is this why you didn't want to go to New York? Was this your big plan? To feign worry about my health? How'd you get the audition? It was a closed call.
Well, my agent called and said there was a perfect part for me.
What? Oh, God. Ah!
Darling?
No. What agent? Since when do you have an agent?
My agent from before. I've reconnected with her and, well, I needed a recommendation to get the audition, so...
So what?
So, I wrote a note to Cukor's people on your stationery saying you recommended me for the part, and I signed your name. Please, don't be angry. You always said you'd help when the time was right, and this was that time.
But I didn't help, did I? You didn't give me that chance. How could you use my name like that, Claire? Claire, is this the real reason you're with me? Is it just to get back in the movies?
Oh, if that were the reason, I'd be pretty stupid to stick around all this time since you haven't helped a bit.
Oh, God. Oh, God. How could I be so blind? Did you actually ever love me?
For God's sakes, Marie! I gave up my career to be your friend, and your helper, and your traveling companion, and your nurse. And now I have a chance. Not to pick up, not exactly where I left off, but...
Yeah, but this wasn't the way to do it. You stole from me. You went behind my back, like an affair. What else have you been lying about?
Why? Does it always have to be about you? The great Marie Dressler? Center of the world! Could it be that if I resume my career, you'll have some competition?
Honey, I've been on the cover of Time magazine. Why should I worry about a little competition from a no one like you?
I'm no one. Is that what you think of me? Well, finally, the truth comes out. You're a deluded old woman. That's what you are.
Well, I can imagine it must be very unpleasant being with somebody like that, so I suggest that you leave.
An excellent idea. I'm going to go for a walk to cool down, and I suggest you do the same. Take a hot bath, play gin with Mamie. Oh, and by the way, we both know you cheat.
I mean, leave for good. You have one day to get rid of your things.
What?
Get out. I can't believe it. I've been betrayed. And after all the words of love and promises we made, I can't conceive it. I've been a fool. I never would have thought or dreamt that Claire would treat me with contempt, and she'd be so duplicitous and cruel. Goodbye, good riddance. Now join the queue of those who won my foolish heart, then tore it callously apart. I bid a swift adieu, so now be gone. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I can't abide undecided. She's just like Jim. I never guessed she'd turn out to be unscrupulous like him, so it's decided. She's been erased. I granted her my love and trust, and now she's thrown it in the dust. One thing is certain, she'll not be replaced. No, I'm finally fine on my own, contented to go it alone. I'm finished with lovers pretending to care, professing devotion beyond all compare, when their real objective is wanting to share in the spotlight of my acclaim and the fruits of my wealth and fame. But somehow I can't help wondering if maybe, perhaps, things might have been different. Her love for me real and not a facade, with genuine feeling in each embrace. If I had been sweeter or younger or something, or just had a prettier face. Never mind. Never mind. No, I'm perfectly fine on my own, contented to go it alone. And I'm happy to say my career is on fire, with years still remaining to climb even higher. What more could a fortunate woman desire? The future is boundless and bright, and Marie will be all right. Marie will be all right. Marie will be all right.
Just another couple of minutes and we're good to go. Why don't we take a very short break for another glass of bubbly? Sorry about the delay, but I trust you're enjoying yourself.
Why do chickens lay eggs?
She's giving the stars above a run for their money tonight, isn't she, Nella?
I've never seen her shine quite so brightly, it's true. And so it is that the Stelia converge in the ephemeris.
You need anything, Marie? More champagne?
Oh, if I had any more, I'd float away.
We just want this to be the best birthday you ever had.
I can assure you that it is absolutely my very best birthday ever. And my last.
What are you talking about, Marie?
Oh, my body might be giving out, but my brain is working just fine. Thank you very much. You have all played your parts beautifully. But as I've always said, Marie always knows.
We're all set. On in 30 seconds.
Oh. Greetings, America! It's Louis B. Mayer coming to you from our MGM soundstage in Hollywood. You're here to take part in this wonderful event as we celebrate the birthday of everyone's favorite star, the amazingly talented, greatly beloved Miss Marie Dressler.
We're gathered here in dazzling array to toast our dear Marie on her special day. Across the country and here in this hall, we salute the greatest star of all. That is why we've thrown this celebration for you. You're admired and beloved as can be. You've got audiences clamoring for more you. They all adore you, and so do we.
make a girl feel special. But I'll be brief now because I might cry and then my mascara will run and I'll look like a zebra. I can't thank everyone, of course, because then I wouldn't be brief. So I'll just thank Louis here. Because even though he's my boss and a taskmaster at that, I love him to smithereens and owe him, well, everything. And Frances Marion. You all know who she is, right? A brilliant screenwriter, wrote most of my scripts. You know what? Give her a round of applause, okay? That's right, because she gives me the most wonderful lines to speak and makes me come across much better than I deserve. Oh, and you know what? I gotta thank Nella Webb. Yes, she is my astrologer. Before y'all roll your eyes, just humor me, okay? Because I'm the birthday girl. And I am here to tell you that if it weren't for Nella predicting that I would make it out here okay in Hollywood, I'd be working at Lord & Taylor selling corsets by now. And I need to give a gargantuan thanks to my unsung heroes, Mamie and Jerry Cox. Now, they have propped me up when I was down, and they've celebrated with me in good times, like now. Nobody knows me better than Mamie, and she still puts up with me. After all these years. Oh, well, last but not least, I am grateful beyond measure to everyone in the whole wide world who has supported my career. I love you all. Okay, all right, maybe that was not brief as I promised, but as everyone knows, I've never been at a loss for words. So just be assured that I can't wait to start work on my next movie and the next and the next. I'm gonna sink my teeth into all those juicy parts that I get offered. You hear that, Louie? And I'm gonna try to keep you all wanting more Marie Dressler for years to come. Thank you.
Why think small when the world is so big and grand? Have a ball and enjoy every joy at hand. You're not content being pent up and tentative. Living large is the only way to live.
walk faster than that.
We wanted to give a nice bouquet and our thanks to our co-writer, Diane, Sampson. And to our wonderful director, Cindy Goldfield. Tim.
Tim, our producer.
Our producer, Tim.
Staying with us, and I think that Tim has a way to, if you have thoughts. This is a workshop production, right? This is on its way to a full production. This is not the finished product, obviously. So if you had thoughts about like periphery characters that really meant something to you, or things that were confusing, or whatever, you can direct those.
I'll be sending out a survey to all of your emails.
Oh, good. Yeah. I knew there was some great. Great. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you again.
Thank you.